Right. So I think when I was working with the KPMG, and I think one of the guys previously also was a consultant turned product manager in your series. I realized that a lot of times the recommendations you give are not executed by the organizations for various reasons. Um, so I realized that I came from an economics background, and I was, if you look at KPMG or any big four for that matter, they are into a lot of audits, which is looked at as a fault finding process or aspect of the corporate processes. So I realized that I wanted to do something more meaningful, and I took a deep look inside in terms of what I really want to do, because I just didn't want to juggle from one thing to the other, not knowing where I'm heading to. So I think that introspection is very important, especially in the first 5 years of your career, where you try to understand what my skill sets are, what I can do good, and what I want to do with it. So I stumbled upon product management as one of the, you know, I would say, opportunities where I realized that it's technical to stay relevant, because being relevant is very important as well. And then it's not too technical to get bored, just sitting and developing things and, just writing codes. With all due respect to coders, I know you're a computer science graduate yourself. So, and it also has an aspect of business. So my economics education, my finance education could be leveraged as well. So it was the best of both worlds. And that's where I thought like product management is the space to be. After that, I started with a course. So I was like, let me try to understand, because being a consultant, I did not have exposure to product managers at all, except for the fact that I just Googled something and there's a position like that called product manager. And there's a lot of weird stuff on Google, if because there's a product manager, there's a product owner, there's a product sponsor, there's a product marketing manager, then there's an associate product manager. So what are these terms? What do they mean? How are they different from each other? There was a lot of confusion. So I said, okay, let me do a simple course, to like an online course, to understand what it does at a theoretical level. Does it connect with me at all or not? So once I did that, I found it very, very interesting. Then I was trying to apply for jobs, and for obvious reasons, I did not get any, even for an interview. So the key thing which I realized and I got a feedback was that you do not have experience. But in order to be an experienced product manager, you need to work. But in order to work, you need to have experience. It was a chicken and egg problem. So I decided to build my own product. What I did was I started a web business, a virtual business, where I tried to show the skill sets of a product person or a business person, that how would you think a certain business problem. So that was related to the problem of books. So there was a shift happening from physical books to virtual books, and the supply and demand for each of them. So I built a business kind of a setup where it was nothing to do with money at all. I did not charge anyone. It was all free. So, but I tried to demonstrate a product manager's thinking and product manager's skills, whatever I had learned in that setup, and I leveraged and applied, showing that I have product management experience via that setup. And after that, I started getting calls from a couple of product management roles. And that's where I decided that I would like to leverage on my cybersecurity experience, which I had from KPMG, and then pivot to product there. I know it's very,
Very
very high
insightful.
level.
Because you did not just stick to the bookish knowledge and the theoretical knowledge, but you chose to go towards the experience side as well, because experiential learning is one of the best forms of learning that is there, and I think that really paid off well in this field as well for you. I think that is great.
Yeah, and I think this is for anybody who would want to break into product. And if you're not getting a chance internally, try to do it externally as a pet project. It's very common to do it in product space, to build your own pet products and then demonstrate your experience like that. So when I pivoted, I did manage. So I pivoted from the Mumbai office to the Singapore office. So my initial comparison was consulting to consulting. I think one key thing is there's no right and wrong, but the one key difference is in India, we focus a lot on getting things done, which is fair enough because we need to get things done. In Singapore, there's a lot of focus on quality than getting things done. So I think that's one key difference, because the other thing is in India, you can do things at scale. There's massive, massive scale. In Singapore, things are done on margin. They do not have the luxury of scale at all. They have the vision, but they do not have scale to implement it. So they are able to do miniature bite-sized projects for everything. If you go to the Singapore airport, it is a massive virtual rainfall, a waterfall there. For what? I mean, but just for kicks. But in India, things are done more functionally. So that's a key difference, where I would say, to summarize, Singaporeans have more vision, but Indians are, as a work corporate environment, are great at execution. Coming into the professional world as a product manager, I think one is to really believe in yourself, and part of it is nothing to do with product as well, but in general, like a lot of times we suffer from imposter syndrome, which is very real. So do not talk to armchair experts, who just sit back and give advice which do not make any practical sense, and just believe in yourself that that you have made it this far and you will continue to ace it. And a part of it comes from the first question you asked, that you fake it till you make it. That first you need to believe in yourself that you can do it, and you fake it a bit. Fake it is a paraphrasing of believing in yourself. So as you believe in it yourself that you can do it, then everything will fall in place. Second thing would be that there is really, really no substitute of hard work. That grind is something which you have to go through, and it's part of the process. So you cannot escape from it. So I think these would be two key advices to somebody breaking into product space, and also beginning their career in general.